All right, here we go. AQR 1.1.2 in terms of that's where our notes are. It's really just part of 1.1. Everything, the extra numbers are just saying that there are multiple days of pieces to this, but the notes are here for right here, 1.1. And we're talking about linear growth thinking. Factor, linear growth patterns. And we have there's a lot of different things that we need to do. Like again, we're not trying to like fix and answer this entirely of the entire piece, but we know a linear growth pattern is often written as y equals mx plus b. Okay, that is often the way it is written, but it can also be written as y equals a plus bx. All right. In this problem, the m represents what we traditionally call in math. M represents what? Slope. Over here, b is also the slope, but we can also call it what in the wording that we used yesterday. What do we call this? What can we also call slope that we were talking about yesterday? What's the main word? It's in our title. Part of it's in the title. Well, it's linear because it's here, but it's the growth factor. Okay. B is referred to as called the y-intercept. And A is still the y-intercept, but we can also call it the what? Thinking about the patterns, and we're talking about step 0. What did we call it, and what did we call it yesterday? What was it on our work? What did we call it? Okay. We'll get the hang. You got to work in terms of how I work. We'll get it. This is the initial. The initial. So initial plus the growth factor is the base way that we have it. So initial is the same thing as the y-intercept. Okay. What I want you to understand here is that the y-intercept is the same thing as the initial value, and that slope is the same thing as the growth factor. How much it is changing. Okay? Now, when we have here with a table, we have x and we have y. Whenever we see 0, that means that the value connected to 0 is going to be called is what? The value next to x equals 0, that number in there is going to be what? The y-intercept. So this is the y-intercept that goes there. So what we want to do is we want to look for when x equals 0. Okay, when x is equal to 0. And I'm going to try to slow down. Again, these notes will be posted up there on Google Classroom. So if you are having a hard time tracking with them, that's where we have it. So that's how we find the y-intercept, the initial. Let's say in this problem, it's 5. Okay? Let's say in this problem, it's 5. Then we want to find something else right in here. Then we say, let's say that this value, the next value is 2. Okay? And that this next value here is, let's go with 9. Okay? How am I going to figure out the next piece, which is the growth factor? How do I figure out the slope? How do I figure out the slope? Yes. Subtract 5 from the y. So we want to ask how much is this changed by? So Adam's belief is its thought process. I'm going to take the 9, the second number. I'm going to subtract the first number, and that gives me how much? 4. So this is positive 4, yes? Okay. How much did it change on the other side? Plus 2. And we know slope is what? How do we say slope? And again, this is kind of just a little bit of review of things that you've learned in your previous math courses in IM. Slope is what? Does anybody remember how to find the slope? Or what is the, not initial, that's for y-intercept. What? Rate of change. So it's the change in what? We use the symbol delta for change. Change in what? It's good to know. I will adjust. So I'm making some assumptions about the math that's coming in. I will adjust in future lessons and see where we are. I'm learning with you. It's the change in y over the change in x. This delta symbol means change. Okay, that delta, that triangle means change. So in this problem, the slope would be what? How much did the y change by? 4. And over how much did the x change by? Which means the slope is 4 divided by 2 is 2. Okay, so we have our y-intercept. We have our slope. So what's my equation for this problem? Y equals 2x. So I'm gonna start using the initial first. So what's the initial? 5 plus 2x. Initial slope. All right, initial and slope. Has everybody got that? Now I chose by 2s. You can also go by 1s, but I just want to make sure that you see that part. Last part of the notes coming up in 1 minute while we catch up there. So just as a reminder, on a table, how do we identify the y-intercept? How do we identify slope? Okay, that was my first goal here going into notes. My second one is how do we do this on a graph? That's all I'm going to do for today. That's end of notes. Okay, graphs. So if I give you a graph like this, and the graph goes from here to here, and it looks like this. Yeah? No. So the initial value, the y-intercept, is the initial. There's no x next to it. So when we talk about slope, the slope is always connected to the x. Now, if you wanted to, and I'm not going to mark you off as wrong, if you wrote this as y equals 2x plus 5, I'm not going to deduct you points on this, but I just want you to know that I need you to know, especially for this class, they mean the same. Oftentimes when we use our math in this course, we're going to write it with the initial first and then the slope second. You've been probably in your math courses always been writing it as the slope and then the y-intercept, the number that's connected to the x. Notice how the number that's connected to the x is the same number connected to the x. These two things are the same. A lot of the math that we're going to be doing in here is financial literacy math, financial math. And for that purpose, we always want to document the initial first. Okay, is that better, Solomon? Okay. How do I identify the slope, the initial in a graph? When x is 0, can you give me another visual or explanation? So what would be the y-intercept on this? What would be the initial in this problem? 2. When x is 0, this is the y-intercept, which is also known as the initial. And in this case, it is 2. Okay? How do I find the slope? From a graph. Yes. How much it goes up? Or what is also how much it goes up by or down? What do we call that in math? There we go. Rise over run. Which in this problem, from here, how much has it, from this point to this point, how much did it rise by? Well, did it go up by 2 or down by 2? It went down 2, and it goes over by how much? By 3. So in this problem, the rise is -2, and the run is 3. Now notice also this graph is going down. So if you said that rise was 2, we need to make sure that we use common sense in mathematics in this course. Since it's going down, we know the slope, the growth factor, is positive or negative. Is the slope positive or negative in this problem? Negative, and we know that because the graph, when I read, just like I read in ELA class, I read from left to right. Since this is going down, we say negative. And so my slope in this problem would be what? -2 over 3. So how would I write the equation here? Y equals, negative, okay, so I want you to work with the initial one first. The slope, the y-intercept. 2 plus or minus? Minus. No. No, we got the whole thing, the whole slope. 2 over 3. And then always slap the x next to it. I think Solomon wants to write, and I'm going to get you out of this habit for this course, but and I also really want you to make sure this, we could have also, many of you might have wanted to write -2/3 x plus 2. They are the same. I want you to understand these two things are the same. We write the initial first in this course, and then the slope. But if you write the other way, I'm not going to deduct you, but I want you to recognize how much was the initial? The initial was 2. How much did it change by? It went down 2 over 3. Slap on the x. We also did a lot of practice on the patterns yesterday. You're going to see that in your assignment, and that's for note-wise.